Happy full moon. I am laughing because I'm sitting here on this bench with my back to the sun so I can actually be visible on camera. And it's such a beautiful day. It's such a different kind of energy. I woke up this morning and my brain felt a little dizzy, almost a little clouded. And I just, surrender to the fact that that's probably to do with this major full moon eclipse we just went through and this massive eclipse energy we've been in for the last few weeks. And as I sit here with my delicious half-calf mocha and just enjoy the sunshine, I was just thinking about how many things have come out of this eclipse season for me, just how rich it's been with messages showing me things that aren't working for me anymore, showing me things I'm holding on to, showing me places where it's just time to surrender. And when I'm saying holding on, it's not even necessarily people and things. It's like ideas and fear, emotions. It's really interesting. And so one of the things that I struggle with the most is speaking up about the work that I do and actually offering it to make sure people know I exist. I think that's probably the funniest phone call that I had this summer, was getting a phone call from someone who'd been referred to me who happened to know me. And she said, "How come I didn't know you were doing intuitive readings?" And I laughed and I said to her, "Probably because I've never talked about it online." And she was like, "Well, how's anyone supposed to find you?" And I said, "You know what? That's a great question. And thanks for calling." So I did end up working with that client, which was excellent, but I have only my referral to thank for that, not my own advertising or speaking about it. And even her, I found through a referral. So, I've been really lucky that the work that I do has been transformational and supportive to so many women this year. And I've had a good flow of people coming through my door that I never would have met without some amazing people in my life who decided to refer me. But this is sort of one of the things that I feel is happening for me right now, is an opportunity to surrender. I guess I wish I could put words to it, but it's kind of just a fear, really, around being seen, around speaking to what I do and how I do it. And so in this eclipse, this morning was the lunar eclipse, the total lunar eclipse in Taurus, and the end, essentially, of our eclipse season. And I just wanted to know for yourselves, what are you feeling called to surrender to? Or what are you feeling that you're ready to let go, as this last few weeks, as we've been going through this eclipse season, has been really intense and just filled with gems, filled with awarenesses, as well as giving us a lot of contrast, including in something as simple as the weather. One day it was summer here in Vancouver, and the next day it was winter and it was snowing. And today it's gorgeous. It's chilly, but again, this sort of contrast. We didn't really have an autumn season at all. We just went straight into winter. And so, again, an opportunity for contrast, looking at what's in alignment with you, what's working, and what's not. And I do believe that a lot of us are being shown some really old things and old ways of being that just aren't working anymore. They used to work, or we believed they worked. We got used to those ways of doing it. And now we're being asked to show up and do something more, do something different, do something braver, as I mentioned in another video. And so this is the kind of work that I do. I'm going to talk about that for a minute because I really don't ever come on and talk about that. So in intuitive synthesis sessions, I actually work with your personal birth charts in astrology and human design, and I'm actually just starting to work with numerology as well, which is really exciting, and I look forward to offering that. And I use those birth charts as we work in your Akashic records. And so I have a whole thing about what those Akashic records are and how they work, but essentially when I'm working with people, they come into session We talk about the challenges, the patterns, the things that they're facing right now. What are they working towards or hoping for or thinking about creating? And that could be anywhere. That could be in their career or their family, their relationship. And then I utilize my intuitive gifts working with the records to ask the questions associated with those challenges or those plans. And sometimes I'm driven to go back into their charts and into your chart and show you where that pattern shows up for you, or what it might be connected to that will help you to choose to transition through it or to move to the next sort of stage of it. Anyway, all this to say, they are delightful sessions. I really enjoy intuitive synthesis and the work that I'm doing. It's incredible working with women in an ongoing pattern as well. Many people come to see me for a handful of sessions or in an ongoing way. And what's so great about that is that then we get to really go deep. We get to work on things over a period of time. And of course, there are some people who just come, once a year or once every few months just to take a look and get refreshed on their charts or ask a few specific questions. So anyway, that's a little bit about what I do. And maybe as you can see, I'm still a little bit nervous even to share that. And that goes back to some of my own themes and some of my own patterns. So it's something I'm going to be working on, and I hope to bring more exposure of my work here. If you want to reach out to me, you sure can through DMs, or you can go to my website, dmmichelle.com, and connect with me there. And honestly, the biggest thing about this, though, is just what are you surrendering to today? So I'm trying to surrender my fear, my old self, and embrace what I'm stepping into and what I know is meant for me, what I know is working so well. And the only challenge is my own sense of security. So that's really highlighted right in this moment. But I really appreciate you all being here. I appreciate you watching, and I look forward to sharing so much more. I can't wait to hear what you're surrendering with this full moon.